Protests continue breaking out in Maine over the shooting death of 26-year-old illegal alien from Colombia. Now, according to the Department of Homeland Security, the officer fired his weapon, fearing for public safety. Eyewitnesses also confirming that the ICE agent's account that agents kept yelling for the man to stop. Instead, he put the car in drive. But apparently, Democrat Congressman Seth Moulton, he didn't get the memo. Listen to this.
If you don't think this is up, you don't know what it means to be an American. And every one of us should be angry right now in this moment and willing to stand up for our values, the values that have always made this country great. And anyone who's just letting these MAGA autocrats get away with this needs to fight or get out of the way. It's time for us to stop this. If you don't think this is up, you don't know what it means.
This is how the media is reporting the incident. Look at this Rolling Stone headline: Maine mourns after ICE killing a man was lynched here. Wow, if only the left cared about American lives as much as they do about illegal aliens. Joining us now, former Chief Patrol Agent for U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Greg Bovino. Also with us, reporter for the Maine Wire, John Featherston. Greg, talk to me about what just happened to you, because they always say, oh, the violence comes from both sides. Meantime, you know all too well, Greg Bovino, as a death threat was just issued on your life. Lately, it's always coming from the left.
Sure. Well, Lydia, thanks for having me. You're exactly right. For the past year and a half, it's always came from the left. It always did come from the left. The right, I'll tell you what a bunch of good people there on the right. But yes, on the left for the past year and a half, nothing but death threats. Continual death threats. And you see the one on your screen there that just popped up a couple of days ago. That is ongoing and continuous. And unfortunately, it seems this type of violence and these threats, sometimes it works for the left. The surrender in Minnesota is evidence of that. We need to meet these threats head on and deal with it.
You know, John, you're a member of the media, and you notice how they cover this. And the media, they always seem to have this kind of disinformation campaign. It's always a person, a Maryland man, a Maine man, a father, CNN writing one person dead after ICE-involved shooting in Maine. The Washington Post writing ICE kills 26-year-old Colombian father. The New York Times, ICE kills a person in Maine. So what do you think about this media effort to distort the truth?
Well, Lydia, everybody in America needs to be concerned about this, because I was the first reporter on the scene in Biddeford, Maine, when this shooting happened. And I'm watching reports all day going, where is this information coming from? Where is this narrative coming from? And then as they assembled a rally in just hours to storm Senator Susan Collins's office, it's, the effort to, stoke fear and anger in the community was just mind-boggling to watch happen in real time. And people were mad that a reporter from the Maine Wire was there. We're considered a more conservative news organization, and people are like, how dare the Maine Wire be here and report, in real time? And I was just live streaming this event that you see on your screen right now. There was no commentary. It was just all live streaming, and the attacks that I took, just being a member of the conservative media, were just mind-boggling.
Are you ever afraid for your life? Why do you continue doing what you're doing?
Well, it's our job to report what happens so you can get the truth out there. And yeah, after this week, am I concerned about, my safety? Yes, I am. But it's not going to deter me, and I'm certainly not going to be deterred by these people to stop doing my job, because, people need to know the truth of what's going on out there.
Yeah, let's play a clip of you on the job. Listen to this.
You're not a billionaire.
I don't think you are either, though, are you?
No.
Are you a billionaire?
No, I'm
Nice to meet you.
Why do you work harder?
Why the are you here?
Why are you here?
To protest burn. Get the out of here.
You're not.
Greg, that kind of violence that John was just facing, your agents face it as well. The media docs the ICE agent involved in that Biddeford, Maine shooting. They posted it. You have Democrat leaders continuously talking about unmask these Nazi guards. Vehicular assaults against ICE agents up 1,300%. Why do the agents keep doing what they want to do? I mean, because it's not easy. You have the leaders of these cities advocating for violence against them.
Exactly. And John, you've seen that firsthand just a couple of days ago. Good job for standing up for
Thanks.
what you believe is right. And you're right. The city leaders, whether that's Mayor Fry of Minnesota, Gavin Newsom, Prickster there in Chicago, any one of them, they continually stoke the fire of these anarchists and rioters. And notice I did not say protester, I said anarchists and rioters. That's what this has turned into. And they always turn violent. Every single one of these quote demonstrations always turns violent. John, you saw that. The violence is there. They come to commit acts of violence.
Notice after the death of Charlie Kirk, not one violent incident, right? Just people out there praying. Greg Bovino, John Featherston, thank you both, and both of you stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.